Yo, what is up, guys? MattWic here. We are back, NHL 25 with our Calgary Flames realistic rebuild. And we have quite the interesting draft here today. We have a lot of picks throughout the draft. I believe 2 first-round picks, the 7th and the 14th. I think 2 seconds, 3 thirds, a couple fourths, a couple fifths, sixths, and like 3 sevenths. So we got a lot of picks in this draft to hopefully continue to bolster our system, which should hopefully start bearing fruit at some point because we are struggling. I'm thinking we might go out in free agency and make a little bit of a splash this offseason just to see what we can kind of come up with. We're around the point where some notable names will start to become free agents, so we'll see if there's somebody we can pull in if they are interested in our system. But for this draft, like I said, we have the 7th and the 14th in the first round. So what I'm going to try to do is there's a player I really like at 5. So I'm going to try to move up to that 4 or 5 spot with that 7th pick, see how much we have to give up, and then go through with the 14th and see what we can get. But there are some interesting players throughout this entire draft. So let's get into it. Let me see if I can make that move and see what we can pick up in the back half of the draft. All right, so we were finally able to make it happen. I was able to acquire the 5th overall pick. And remember, we had the 7th, so I traded with St. Louis to move up 2 spots. And it was not cheap, boys. Like I said in the last video, if you haven't seen it, I think EA has really changed the trade logic when it comes to these top 10 picks, making them much, much more difficult to acquire because what we had to give up to get up 2 spots here was a first this year, a 2nd round pick next year, and a 3rd round pick this year. So in my experience, just saying, like, regardless of what you think about that trade and if a team would actually take it, which I think they would, I think that's a pretty, like, NFL-style trade to move up a couple spots, but I think it's a lot to just move up. Thankfully, we have a plethora of picks, so it's not going to kill us. And like I said, the talent that we're going to get here at 5 is much more than we're going to get at 7 if the player falls to us. He is projected at 5, so let's hope. But like I said, it makes a massive difference just to the amount that you have to give up. I like it personally. I like it. Like I said in the last video, in these situations, yes, I don't like it because I have to give up way more than I actually wanted to or had to in the past. But this is much more realistic what you have to give up. Like I said, Landon Dupont comes out. I know there were people as well in the comments that wanted me to try to go out and get him, and I think he is going to be a stud. Only 70 overall, which is a bit surprising, but that's the created rosters here supplied by Mr. Vassy himself. So it's kind of what you'd expect. Normally, if he was a created or generated player, he'd probably come out to be like an 83 overall, but I have no doubt that he's going to develop pretty quickly, and thankfully he is in the East, so that is going to be nice. But like I said, I had a couple people that wanted me to try to trade up to get Landon Dupont there. It just would not make sense. Like I said, I try to call this a realistic rebuild. I want to keep it as realistic as possible. The amount of picks we would have had to give up to get to that spot to make me feel comfortable to still call this a realistic rebuild would be like the next 4 first-round picks, including our 2 this year, and then maybe a couple after that, and then maybe a player. You know what I mean? Players, if there's like a generational talent in a draft like that, they're not just going to give up the pick. I mean, what was it back when Mario Lemieux was picked by the Pens? Didn't the team try to give up every single pick they had to try to get him, and the Pens said no? So, I mean, that's kind of just where it's at there. But like I said, with the 5 to 7 swap, I feel like that's a bit more realistic, and then especially what we had to give up, the game kind of just forced me into it. I feel like that's a pretty realistic haul that maybe St. Louis would be like, you know, we're not really too high on the guys there. We think we can still get our guy at 7. Let's slot back a little bit and see what happens. So let's go ahead and get to our pick there. Volchenko goes there 2nd overall, 81 overall, and see, that's just what I mean with the created players, is they're going to be insane compared to guys like Landon Dupont who are made up, who are actually real players, but created players. Ernest Chapman goes there, 5'9", right D, offensive defenseman though, so he might be a beast in the future. And please do not take our boy. No, they did it, Philadelphia, you sons of bitches. Drake Cavanaugh was the guy I had my eye on. Like I said, look at those points that he produced. I thought this guy would be the #1 center of our entire future. Sniper center, 17 years of age, comes out 76 overall. And Philadelphia, as if I didn't hate you enough. I know I probably should have waited until the pick got to us. And look at that. See, they skipped on the guy who was actually projected at 4. So it looks like we're going to get a pretty solid offensive defenseman here. But I really wanted that center. Jackson Jacobson, even though it looks like he has a big old bump in terms of his overall and rating in this roster. I'm not going to take him just because we already have him in the DraftKings roster. We're going to go ahead. Oh, man, 64 goals. Holy shit. What are his stats look like, man? Because there's no way they made him higher than Dupont, right? I'm going to take Scott Ellis just because the offensive defenseman really bolt down our defense would be nice. But, man, it's really making me question there. 64 goals in 69 games. That's insane. But let's go ahead. Let's take Scott Ellis here. This is the consolation prize for our pick. Scott Ellis, get on the team. Thank you very much. 80 overall medium elite offensive defenseman. So very nice pick coming out there. I'm going to be really interested to see what Jacobson comes out as. But Scott Ellis looks like a player already. A guy that could, compete for that Calder year one. We'll see what we can build around him. Well, we already have nice defense with Uyghur and Harley there. So to add on to that, and then I'm going to say Zane just because I forget the pronunciation that someone posted in the comments. And then Brustowicz. I think I got that one right. Maybe not. But let's see here what Jacobson comes out as. 77 overall medium elite. Wow, I didn't know he'd going to be that high rated in terms of his overall. I thought, he'd be like my DraftKings one where he came out as like a 68 or something like that. So that is interesting to see that he was rated 77, but DuPont was only rated as 70. Let's see who St. Louis gets at that pick there at 7, and you'll see the drop off there in offensive defensemen that we were able to get compared to what they were able to get. And like I said, maybe in real life they thought, hey, Wesley Stanton will still be there. We really like him a lot. Let's get him on the team. But I'm very happy with the player that we got in Scott Ellis. Only 5'8" though, so 6'2" there for Wesley Stanton. Let's go ahead back to our next pick, number 14 here. We'll take a quick peek at the rest of the picks. Timmins there goes to the Penguins, 74 overall for Tony Ruutu there. 74 overall for Wesley Stanton. Okay, we already saw that one, so let's go ahead and make our pick. Let's see who's available. For whatever reason, our scouts did not do a very good job at scouting out this middle half of the draft. I don't know if they just didn't feel it necessary or what, but as you can see, as we're going through here, we have no information on our boy Jorg Nobles here, which is a fantastic name. We do have some information on Drew Callahan. Looking for that steal. The only guy I really saw was this Cage Smith guy, but his stats were not very impressive for his age there. Tony Blomqvist, we do have here, 3 years away, high elite. I doubt that though, but only 17 years of age, and we did miss out on our big-time center at that last pick. And like I said, there are a couple other guys that had my eye on for the later rounds that we'll go ahead and grab, specifically for the first pick in the second round and the third round. There's guys I have to make sure that I get and I do not forget about, so we'll see if that happens or not. Sergei Chubarov, he's also a center. Not bad. Ryder Manlow, that's a fantastic name. Let's see, Jorgen Blomstrad. All right, we're in a bit of a tricky situation here. Like I said, look at the scouting rank that we have for these guys specifically. It's like not very good at all. Drew Callahan, though, our scouts have him projected at 16, 17 years of age. Put up some solid numbers. He's a playmaker, so that is good. He's not a two-way forward, so we know he's going to put up some points. I think I might go that route just because, like I said, our scouts did not do a very good job. All these other guys are 18, except for this guy, 2 years away. 1-bar medium elite, Nicholas Vikingstad. Those guys always do turn out to be beasts. I wish I knew what Jorg Nobles was, though. Man, I feel like this is going to be the steal right here. So we got Drew Callahan or Vikingstad are the two that I'm between right now. 6'3", 199, 6 foot 182, and he's a playmaker. I'm going to go with Drew Callahan. I know it's a little bit of a reach, but our scouts say it's only 2 picks back from where our pick is, so let's go ahead and grab him. 65 overall, top 6. So not the big boom that we wanted, but hopefully can become a solid player sooner rather than later. Let's see what we missed out on for the rest of this draft. I don't think we have any more first-round picks, so let's go ahead and shim to the next round, which would be our very first pick in the second. Pittsburgh wants to move up 10 spots and give us a 4th. That's not a bad deal. I'm going to decline it, though, because like I said, there's a specific guy I want to get at that pick, so I'm not going to fall for that just there, even though it'd be nice to pick up another pick next year. Let's see where the steal was and how bad we missed out on. I don't see any elites. 64, 63, maybe there wasn't a steal. Okay, medium top 4s. Vikingstad was the same. Nobles was the same. So didn't miss out on a ton. Okay, good to see there. So the steal might be on the board still, which is cool to see. Let me see. Where is the guy? Fuck, I can't remember what his name was. Where did I have him at? Was it this guy? No, it wasn't him. There was somebody here that had a confirmed 2 years on there, and I think it was this guy right here, Brian Fox, 17 years of age, 6'2", put up some great numbers in his first year in the OHL playing with the Erie Otters there, and it's ETA is 2 years away, so he has to be a pretty solid overall, and to only be 17 years of age. He's not confirmed medium top 9, so let's go ahead and grab him. Center 6'2", 190, 67 overall. Really, that's it, I guess. I mean, maybe by the time next year rolls around, he could be a 70 overall and could play in the AHL, but he's going to go back to the OHL regardless. So an interesting player to keep an eye on there in Brian Fox. Let's see where our next pick is. Not too far back, so we'll get another nice snag here. To only move back, Brendan Gallagher. Ugh, I don't know if I want to take on that contract. I think it's expiring after this year too. Yeah, it's a 1-year deal. So what the hell are we doing here, Montreal? You're just insulting me now with this bullcrap? 81 overall, and you want to send him our way? I'd rather just have the 4th round pick that Pittsburgh tried to give us. Jesus Christ, Pittsburgh, big miss on their pick, 60 overall. So, I mean, in terms of the other players that came out after him, not a bad pick for us there at the start of the 2nd round. Let's see if we can do it again. I'm just going to sort to make sure real quick because, like I said, at the beginning of the 3rd round, we're taking Sylvain St. Pierre, the offensive defenseman, left D, confirmed medium elite. So that is going to be a hell of a draft pick for us. The scouts did something right. And let's go through and see. We have another guy who has 2 years away, another 17-year-old, and this is a big-bodied guy. Power forward possibilities there. Playing over in Liga, plus 10, not bad for the competition that he's playing against. That might be the pick right there. Let's just look through some of these skill assessments. Ooh, Ozzy McIntyre, 2 years away. That's not confirmed. That is confirmed. Okay, but his skill assessment looks really good. A-. I think that's the direction we're going to go there. Let me just do a quick peek at some of these other guys' ETAs and see if anybody else has 2 years, because there's those 2 guys there. But I think we're going to go the route of Ozzy McIntyre. I know our team's going to be looking a little bit small right now because we have that 5'8" or 5'9" offensive defenseman in the 1st round. Now we're taking another guy. But we did just take a playmaker, and to have a sniper on the wing with him would be pretty nice. So Ozzy McIntyre, get on the team, 67 overall, medium top 9. Again, not really what we would have expected, but not bad. I mean, he's got good shot already, really good skating, which can get bumped up easily. 97 discipline. This must be a real player because I don't think you normally see created players with stats like that. But interesting nonetheless. Let's see what we get into here with the next couple of picks. Let's just see what we missed out on. There was Malhotra, the guy we were looking at, 66 overall. Oh, only 17 years of age. Yeah, I forgot about that. He looks like he's going to be a solid player. Raymond Malhotra. To the Detroit Red Wings there. But hey, again, all the best players are going to the East, which is fine by me. So let's go ahead. Do we have any more picks here in the 2nd round? I think that was our only 2. So let's go ahead and sim back to the next round here. And we have the 3rd pick, which we'll go ahead and take our medium elite, as long as he wasn't snagged off the board here by one of these bastard-ass teams. 63, 64, no, nothing. Ooh, okay, not our boy. Bennett Breen, what a name. Goalie. You love to see that. Not seeing anything else here that's too crazy. Scrimes. Good to see that name in there. Laflamme. Francois. Oh, Marcel Francois. Great name there by Detroit. All right, let's go ahead and take our medium elite boy. This is going to be a nice steal of the late round of the draft, and I think it's turning out to be a solid one so far. We do have Radoslav Krejcik. Maybe. I'm going to stop there. Aiden Skinner here, but I think we're getting a little bit close to the point where I want to just make sure we grab that guy and don't miss out. 65. I know it's a little bit early, but we're getting a confirmed medium elite offensive defenseman, so that's going to be 2 in this draft, and that is huge. And he has a fantastic name with Sylvain St. Pierre. 48 overall. Ooh, so it's going to take some time to develop, but we have seen that we're able to develop players pretty quickly here. Let's see what Carolina does with these back-to-back picks. Low top 6 and a medium top 9. So we didn't miss out on really anything there. We still have this year's 3rd round pick there. We might have traded one of them. I think I had 3 before, so I'm not sure if we gave up this year's or next year's. Stole 58. Looks like we're really dropping down the overalls right now, so this draft is struggling. But like I said, I think we're finding some nice talent throughout the draft that's going to be making an impact on the team within the near future. So let's see what we got here. What's this guy? Jacob Butler, goalie. No information on him. How? Scouts, what are we doing, man? I might sort one more time. Ooh, what do we have here? 18 years of age. What is that name? Schaefer Gordon Carroll. That has to be a real person. There's no way that last name generates. I've never seen that before. So that has to be a real player who is currently in the minors or juniors or something like that. So let's go ahead and grab him. That skill assessment is interesting. 68 overall, low top 9. I mean, when you got 58, 56, 62 coming out before him, and he comes out as a 68 overall here in the 3rd round, that is a hell of a pick, in my opinion. He's only a low top 9, but that's some value there in the 3rd round. I'm not mad at that at all. So we get a medium elite and then a nice 68 overall steal there. Let me know in the comments, guys, is that a real person or is that actually a creative player? Like I said, I've never seen that last name before, and that's definitely one that would pop out to me if it did show up, but maybe not. I don't know. Let me know. Let's see here, Franzen. Okay, nothing there in the rest of the 3rd round. We have one pick there, so let's go ahead and skip to that. Bussiness. Eckford Kabublin? I don't know there. I thought it was like Nobby Bullen for a second, which it might actually be, and I might just be having a stroke or an aneurysm. Jimmy Reeves here put up some solid numbers as an 18-year-old. That's impressive there. Again, those scouts, what are we doing here? We have the French boy, Ned Marquard. And let's see, anybody else here? Ooh, wait, this guy was not low elite before the draft. Philip Zidlicki, get on the team, 3 years away. Hello, sir. Thank you for falling into my lap. 65 overall. Wow, this is really shaping up to be one hell of a late round draft for us. Jesus Christ, we're gonna have these guys on the team and be like, damn, this guy's a superstar and we got him in the 4th round. That's insane. So that is good to see there. The Kings have a couple back-to-back picks. We got one more pick this round. Let's go ahead and skim back to that there and take a look. Any more elites or anything else crazy coming off the board? I might have to sort one more time just to see, because like I said, before I looked right before I jumped into the draft, we did not have 2 confirmed low elites, so that's interesting there, but glad that he showed up on the board. Let's see, anyone else? We do have one more guy, 141, Brian Tamara. He's a gem. He's a 3-bar low elite. I doubt he's going to be actually low elite. Ken Spencer. Not bad. What's this guy? 20 picks away. Let's see if anybody else around our pick looks interesting. And if not, we might just grab that guy. Let me look at these guys' stats real quick. Yeah, didn't do anything. He put up some solid numbers, but he's 20. That's always one thing you want to look out for as well. If you got a 17 or 18-year-old and he's putting up good numbers already in the AHL or in the OHL or in one of the Canadian leagues, that is definitely something to keep an eye on. 6'5", 209, Saul West. Medium elite, 1 bar, 17 years of age, defenseman. Ooh, defensive defenseman, possibly. Definitely either going to be a defensive defenseman or an enforcer defenseman with numbers like that. Then we have Brandon Tamara here. Let's go ahead. Just because we have all of those other offensive defensemen who are midgets, let's grab the big boy Saul Weiss and see what he comes out as. 17 years of age, so he's got a lot of time to develop. 7th defenseman. Ooh, I should have paid more attention to the 2 picks before him. That's pretty much showed up what it was probably going to be there. So let's hope our boy still lasts into the next round for us. I don't know when our pick's going to be in round 5 there. I think we only have 1 5th and a 6th, and we have a lot of 7ths. I think we have 3 7ths. I always throw them in on whatever deal I see pop up. So let's see. Looks like he didn't get taken. Let's go ahead and sim back to pick number 135, please. There we go. And did Tamara get taken? I don't see him, so he should still be on the board, which is perfect. Let's go ahead. He's going to drop down towards our pick, maybe. There he is. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab him there. Byron Tamara, lefty, 6'1", 2-way. We get some nice versatility in the lineup. And he did come out to be a low elite too, so thank goodness that we were able to snag him with that next pick. We have a nice decor lining up here. 3, 4, and 5. All elites. Let's go. Let's see. Did I get an elite in the 2nd round? Because then that would be an elite in every round. I think they were not. They were good players, but they were not elite level players. Which, yeah, looks like we only had those 2. Damn, we almost did it again. We almost drafted an elite in every single round. We skipped 1 round there. Yeah, because we got him there, round 4. Did we have an elite? Yep, we had an elite there in round 4. And then we just got our guy here, who is also a low elite. Wow, so we missed out on that 2nd round by not chasing the elites. Let's see, sim back to 167 here, early in the 6th. And it's going to be interesting. Can we do it? We did it in NHL 24, I believe. Let's go back through the back half there. Anybody interesting here? And as always, guys, if there's anybody I miss, just let me know in the comments. Did not miss this one. Oscar Olsen, 20-year-old defense goaltender, medium elite there, only 56 overall. Vorobev, 49 overall there. Peckham. Anybody else elites? We had a couple come off the boards here in this. Gug not. Gug will. Let's see what we got here. All right, Calgary. Who are we going to add next to the system? We have Vyacheslav Bobrovsky here, 17 years of age, 1-bar medium elite. 3-bar top 9. Cullimore, I'm just looking at the elites now. Ooh, we do have Ken Spencer here, 17 years of age, and I'm much more willing to take a risk on a guy who's only 17 rather than a guy who's 20 if that 3-bar is there. So let's go ahead and grab him. Only a couple picks away from our spot. Can we get the elite? Oh, low top 6, which isn't terrible. I mean, right before us, a medium AHL top 6 went, and he is how old? 18 years of age. Okay, so our guy might be able to get close to there. I don't think he'd be able to make it up to 60 overall by the time he's ready for next year. So let's see. Do we have any more picks in this 5th and this 6th round, actually? No. So, okay, we miss another round with no elite, which is unfortunate. Did any picks go after us and grab an elite there? Let's take a quick peek. And I know this is a little longer for the draft videos that I have on the realistic rebuild, but we'll maybe try to move through them a little bit faster once we get a little bit deeper in and start trading those picks for immediate help to the roster once we're ready to actually go for a Stanley Cup. So let's see what we get here. These are important drafts, boys. We got to make sure we hit, take our time, and build for the future. We have, Mikel Hossa. Grinder 6'4", 205, 5 years away though. And one thing somebody to tell me is if you go over far enough, yes, you can sort by height and weight. I have been doing this. Ooh, Nicholas Addy, 6'6", 236. That's a big boy, 19 years of age. Oh, I think I looked at this guy because he is the heaviest in the class by far. Rodney Evans. Is he projected to get picked? No, he's not. So we'll grab him with our last 7th just to see, because that's insane size in the game. 6'6", 248. That's a goddamn big-ass boy right there. So we'll grab him with our last 7th. But let's see who we want to take here. Sort by potential. We have 2 guys left, Zach Weston, 20 years of age, and Lars Roden, 20 years of age, so not interested really in either of those guys. Mikhail Korpatsev, I don't know why those always mess with me. Medium top 6, we have Jaku Jasu, fantastic name there. Vyacheslav Grebeshkov, I think I got that close enough. How old was he? 18 years of age, possible X Factor, 2-bar medium starter. We haven't taken a goalie yet this draft. I know we are kind of loaded on goaltending. He's got a cool name. Let's just go for it. Maybe he could be the next Russian superstar goalie in the NHL. Medium backup. Honestly, not terrible there. So let me just make sure we do have one. And we should have one more. Yes, we do. Okay, so with that pick, we'll take our big-ass boy and see what he comes out to be. So pick the 204. We're getting offered a trade. We do not want Brendan Gallagher, even just for a swap of 7th-round picks. Thank you very much, Montreal. You'll be rid of him soon. His contract is expiring. Interesting trade logic there by the computer. Just sit on him. You can keep your 7th. Let's see. Or actually, yeah, they wanted to swap 7th. That's what I do with random players all the time that I just want to get out of the roster. I just do a 7th and a 7th for the player, and normally they'll accept it just to clear a roster spot for somebody else. Who do we have here? No, that's not who I clicked on. Jordan Joseph. What was this guy's name? Somebody in here had a wild-ass name. Timothy Kim? No, it wasn't him. I don't know. All right, let's see. Anybody else? Ooh, we have who? Rick Rupp. There's nobody really impressive here. Maybe I just take 2 big-ass boys. 6'2", 6'1". You know what? Let's do it. I've always wanted to. Let's get our big boy first. The biggest boy, Rodney Evans, 6'6", 248. What's he come out as? Ooh, Enforcer, low bottom 6, and he's 58 overall. That's honestly not a bad pick for the 7th round. This guy could be a problem, guys, in the later half. Once he gets developed, Jesus Christ, that's a freaking monster. Rodney Evans. Calgary fans, get used to it, because this is the guy you're going to be cheering on while he beats people's faces in. 6'6", 248 at 20 years of age. Holy shit. All right, maybe there's something to that. Let's grab one more big boy. And see what we get. Anybody else come out crazy? 65 overall for this guy here, but That's not better than our big boy that we got there, the Enforcer. Let's go. Another Enforcer there. Let's see, is he bigger? He's going to get his ass beat. I didn't look at our guy's fighting skill, though. Let me actually take a look at that. 77, that's it? Well, buddy, as soon as we get possible, we're working on all that fighting skill and strength. Those physical categories are going to be 99s by the time you're done, buddy. You're playing in the AHL right away. We need you on that fourth line, but let's go ahead, see who we're going to grab with this pick. I think we're just going to do the same thing and sort by height. You know, I want to sort by 2. So we did the big boys. Who's the smallest guy in the draft? 5'6", Brady Turco. 17 points and 17 goals and 36 assists. Not terrible. And he's 136. So do we do the complete opposite and grab the biggest player and then the tiniest player in the draft? 19 years of age. What's the other biggest guy? Was that Nicholas Addy, though? That's a fantastic name that he has there, though. He actually didn't do too bad. He's only 19 years of age as well. 136. So we get a guy who's 248 and then 136. Let's do it. Let's do it just for the memes. Just for possible thumbnail. Brady Turco. Get on the team. AHL low top 6. And I doubt Addy's even going to get taken. So he'll still be there next year. But we did take a nice contrast of players there in the last half of the draft. Let's see what these last 2 picks come out to be. And nothing important. Okay, so guys, that's going to be into this one. We have a haul of players here, which is very nice. Hopefully a lot of guys that are going to help us for the future, and then other guys that maybe don't make it all the way there that we can use as trade bait later on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are on the future of the franchise. Do you agree with the trade that we made to move up from 7 to 5? I know we didn't get our exact guy, but I think we got a better guy than we would have got if we stayed at 7. So thank you guys for watching the video. I think we're 20 away from 3,000 now, which is awesome. So make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to help push us closer to that 3,000 goal. Really appreciate all the support on the channel. But that's the end of this one. Have a great day. Peace.